Prescott looks to throw on first. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
The tackle made by Austin Calitro.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Now Prescott. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with Pollard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to, but the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Cassius Marsh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Prescott from the gun. Caught left side by Cobb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
4th down, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 37 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Watch the before. I got it.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the press. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They run it with Carson. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, not a huge gain there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great.
Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20, so get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium, and his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
That's good for 28 yards. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down now. It's Elliott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now, that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Here we go, D, get off the field. Front left, front left. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Easy. I'm coming after you. Quick dance. Come. Check 37. Check.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 38 yards on the scamper there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give right side. Carson. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And off. Way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 33 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
Prescott to throw it. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That goes for a gain of 31. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Kill. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 24 yards. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage.